Welcome back to this edition of Dufferin Life. I'm Tina Avery.
And I'm Jim Waddington. Welcome back.
We are super excited. I've been trying to get this beautiful lady on our show for quite some time, so I'm so glad she could join us. Leisa Way, thank you so much for joining us.
Lovely to be here.
Welcome.
Yeah. Wonderful. So I'm excited to hear about what's coming up at Theatre Orangeville. You've got a new show coming up. Tell us a little bit about it.
Brand new show. I'm in the process of writing it now, which is so exciting because that's the fun for me, is just researching all the, because it's about Gordon Lightfoot, so let's just say that. It's about Gordon Lightfoot, so it's called Early Morning Rain. And like most of my concerts, it's going to take people through the life as well as the songs, which is the most fun part. You get to, a journey.
A journey of Gordon Lightfoot.
So how long does it take to write a new show like this?
Oh, it's crazy. Usually it takes me about a year and a half. The last couple, because this year has been a really crazy year because I wrote 2 new shows in 1 year.
Right.
And I had 9 months for the first one from start to finish. That was the least time I've ever had. Wow. And it's just because I'm a September Virgo, so I like to research within an inch of its life and find every little thing that I can find. So I like that, to have that time. And with the Gordon Lightfoot show, of course, I've been a fan. One of the reasons I started writing the show is that it's my 12th concert that I've created, and it was time to do something that I just wanted to do for the sake of wanting to do it.
Right.
Because when I was a kid, my mom and dad, we lived in Northern Ontario, and we would drive up to our camp, because it wasn't a cottage, and we would sing all the way there. And my dad and mom would yell out Gordon Lightfoot songs, and little Lisa would stand no seatbelt on, between the seats of the truck and belt them out. So I thought, I need to do a Gordon Lightfoot, and I of course can't be him, but I can certainly sing his songs.
Absolutely.
Of course, it's sensational. Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about the show works, because anyone who hasn't been to one of Lisa's shows, it's not just about the singing.
No, not at all. Well, first of all, because it is about the music in the way that the band members that I have are absolutely
they're amazing.
Fantastic. So anyone who was at Theatre Orangeville and saw Across the Pond, which was last February, a 3-week run there, will look forward to seeing these guys. We did a little taste of it for the Volunteer Appreciation Night in the AGM at Theatre Orangeville, and so many people came up to us and said, wow, just stripping it down to just guitars and voices and the heart of these amazing songs, because he's a poet.
Yeah.
Indeed. The best poet in Canada, I think. And Leonard Cohen, I love Leonard Cohen too. I mean, it's, but the body of his work and that the beautiful writing, just so beautifully written. So to see my band, these amazing 5 fellas who all sing, come down stage and sit around. It'll be a little more casual in the way. It's still going to be as theatrical as my other concerts, but we'll be really telling stories to the audience and sharing these amazing songs.
Yeah, and I think that's just such an amazing part of it, because when you go to enjoy a show, you go there, you hear the music, you enjoy it, but getting all of the stories and the background and all the research that you were talking about doing just takes it to that next level. And
very
I will say, the band is an extremely tight, amazing band.
Awesome.
They all sing so beautifully,
They
all
do.
of them.
They
Yeah,
do.
even my new drummer, Don Reed, who's from Collingwood, a beautiful singer, so I've got some songs picked out for him. And the hardest part is choosing the songs, because when I decided to do a Gordon Lightfoot show, it was funny because when I did my Dolly Parton show, Dolly is iconic. She's so huge, no pun intended. But when you think of, if I asked you to name 5 Dolly Parton songs, you'd go, okay, well, 9 to 5.
Sure.
I Will Always Love You, and a lot of people maybe couldn't come up with that many others.
Right.
But she's amazing. She's written over 3,000 songs. All of her songs have been hits, but to actually name them. But Gordon Lightfoot, Early Morning Rain, Sundown, If You Could Read My Mind, The Last Time I Saw Her Face, Bitter Green, Pussy Willow's Cattails, Canadian Railroad Trilogy, Record the Edmund Fitzgerald. You can go on, and a lot of people probably could name easily at least 5.
Yes.
I found it hard to stop at 20. that I have to put into the show.
Sure.
Well, then there's the fun part of the stories behind some of the other songs that maybe aren't so popular that I want to put into the show.
Right.
But it's hard when so many songs are so iconic. Everyone said, well, you have to have that one, you have to have that one. But, well, if I just did those songs, I wouldn't have time for all the wonderful gems
Yes.
that you want to tell the stories about that he
Because
wrote.
it's a bit of a biography as well, right? As you're performing, you know, there's a break and then a conversation, and
Yeah.
it's sensational.
It's
yeah.
I mean, it's hard to not to get excited about it because there's just so much. So the challenge for me as I'm just researching right now to start. I'm late. I should be writing it right now, but I'll be researching and writing it hopefully over the next couple of weeks, and then sending the script to the boys. And but the research that I've done, there's just so much to tell. Yeah. So it'll be, you know, trying to fit that into a 2.5 hour time period with all of those songs.
Hours,
yes,
right?
yeah.
You know, and just
about 20 songs. You said it's going to be.
Well, usually I'll do about 30.
Ooh.
Because I'll do a couple that are medleys. There's 2 medleys that he does all the time. He started putting together I'm Not Saying That I Love You, I'm Not Saying That I Love You, and Ribbon of Darkness Over Me. He started putting that together. And then on purpose he put together That's What You Get for Loving Me, because that's the song he says he would never write again, that it was so chauvinistic. Right. And he stopped performing it in concert. But he puts that one with Did She Mention My Name, which is another gorgeous song. So those 2 we're doing on purpose because he does them that way. But it's really hard. And I was thinking of doing, he writes so many great romantic songs. I was thinking of doing a competition between the guys to see who could sing the most romantic song. And just sing like a chorus of it, or just a verse.
Yeah.
And then, no, this one's more, no, this one, you know.
So, little audience participation.
Just to get through a couple of them quickly, because there's so many songs, and they're all beautiful. So it's the challenge with Gordon Lightfoot is that he's so prolific, and
well, he's definitely a Canadian icon. There's no doubt.
Yeah.
You know, like you say, him, Leonard Cohen. There's a few others. I mean.
Joni Mitchell.
Yeah.
Another.
Yeah.
You know,
There we go.
Yeah.
Lisa brought us a few albums that.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
Wow.
Unbelievable. I'm so looking forward
and Gordon
to the
is
show.
now.
He's 81.
81.
He'll be 82 next year. He was born in 1938, and still performing. He had to cancel recently because he. I don't know the full story. They keep saying that he hurt his leg, but somebody who knows told me that he still works out just about every day.
Wow.
And he actually tripped over some equipment in the gym. Now that might not be the full.
Yeah.
And that I totally believe that because every interview you see of him, he says that the most important thing to him, besides the music and being able to do what he loves, is staying in good enough shape to do what he loves. Because
I don't think people realize how much work goes into it, and how and the amount of effort that has to do just to put on one show. And we're talking about one show, and then to do a string of shows, and to be traveling, and to be to doing all this. I think I mean, I'm not in shape. We already talked about this earlier, but we're going to get there. But I wouldn't be able to do it.
That's a whole other conversation.
That's a whole other conversation.
We'll talk about it. And well, that's it, because I, as you know, I just got back yesterday from a 2-week tour away, and the bags under my eyes are like down to my chin, because we get up at 7 in the morning, or you're out the door, you drive for a couple hours, you load into a theater, you do a sound check, and the load in takes 4 to 5 hours. Then you have a quick dinner break. You do a 3-hour show. You spend an hour and a half packing up all the gear. I'm sure Gordon Lightfoot doesn't pack his own gear anymore. Maybe his guitars.
Probably gets into a vehicle and drives off.
Yeah.
But it's tiring. And at
Very
82, or almost 82, the schedule that he keeps when he's on the road is impressive.
It is.
He's, and again, people keep saying, because we have so much fun on stage, my band, and the thing that warms my heart is when audiences say, wow, we just love watching you guys because you have so much fun, and you can tell you like each other so much. Well, we do. But it's time to stop when you don't get that little exciting, the feeling going through you when you're about to go on stage again. It's time to stop, and it's time to stop when that's not the most important thing that you want to do every day.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Gordon Lightfoot has not lost that. Oh my gosh, he's so amazing. I've been just Googling everything. YouTube is my dearest friend.
I think it's everybody's.
I think some of our best performers these days are in their 70s and their 80s.
Yes.
I hate to tell you, but you look around. I mean,
Tina Turner just turned 80.
Elton on a 3-year tour.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm 70 and
Mick
change.
Jagger.
Jagger's still going. I mean,
75.
but when it comes to Canada, certainly Gordon Lightfoot is at the top.
So I think, you know, it will be an absolute honor to write this show, but I'm so excited to see the audience response.
Yes.
Because I think most people will find, most people know Gordon Lightfoot, but they'll be surprised at how many songs they sing along to.
I think that's it too. Like I don't think
Really
people
surprised.
realize the number of songs that are actually from Gordon Lightfoot. Like and then you hear them, and just you saying them, and I was like, oh yeah, there's that one. I forgot about that one, right? Like and
Black
but
Day
when
in
you hear-
July, another, you know, that was huge, and it was banned a little bit too because they said, oh, it might incite a little bit more, you know, excitement about. But he was a real protest, and that's what I love about him. Chris Christopherson's also another one of my favorites because he was a protest singer. He wrote songs that on purpose because it meant something to him. He didn't care whether it wasn't the most popular thing to be writing, and I love that about. That's what makes great writers.
Yeah, of course.
And artists is that their work reflects what's going on in the world. And Gordon Lightfoot, again, I could just do a whole section. I don't have time of all of the songs he wrote about whaling, about the First Nations challenges in our country. He wrote really important songs. Some of them weren't as popular as the more mainstream ones, but so beautiful and so touching.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Probably one of the reasons why he has the Order of Canada as well.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. No,
There's a lot of little things that.
And it's exciting because as we plan for next year, because the show hasn't opened yet, it'll world premiere at Theatre Orangeville.
Yes. World premiere.
And you know what? We haven't even talked about the dates, so we want to make sure that everybody is aware of when you can see Early Morning Rain. The world premiere is happening. Starts February 13th and runs until March 1st.
Lucky
so
February
you have to have
13th.
a look at www.theatreorangeville.ca to get all of those dates because we want to make sure that you are there to see the world premiere of this amazing show.
That's right. And then I was saying as we go on with this show, because of course we have 12 different concerts, so we're always rotating them. So all year long we'll be rotating, but come November of 2020, we're taking it on a tour, and it'll culminate with Gordon Lightfoot's birthday.
Awesome.
We'll be at the Aurelia Opera House at his home theater.
Wonderful.
I'm so excited, so they've already booked us for that.
Lisa,
And Gordon will be there.
Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Jim.
Yeah, we can't wait to see the show, and don't you
Happy
guys
New
go
Year.
anywhere.
Thank you. Yes,
We'll be
you
right
too.
back.
See you soon.